So today we took Deuce, who's the black and white ram, took him out of the pen with the ewes and put him back in with the other rams, and he and Pedro are having issues. So they started fighting. So they are in the timeout pen with a bunch of tires because they really kind of fired up. They both have ram shields on so that they can't see very well in front of them, which usually keeps rams from doing much, but they decided to go at it anyway, so they were ramming each other pretty hard. So we ran them in here, and the tires help mess them up from squaring off. But they are still wrestling, and as you can see, they're both a little bloody, and we hope they work it out. Again, they're brothers, half-brothers, and they grew up together, and they haven't had a problem until now, but I'm not surprised because both of them have been in with the ewes now, so they both want to be the top guy. And Deuce is a little bit bigger than Pedro, but they're unfortunately pretty evenly matched, so there's kind of not an end in sight at this point. But we'll leave them in here for a while. See, Deuce is backing up to them. Ooh. See, and they can't really see, so I'm not sure if the ram shields are making it worse or better at this point. But usually with the ram shields on, the rams will just wrestle around and push each other around a bunch, which they're doing quite a bit of that now that there's tires in here. But we hope they work it out. Really, boys, really, you need to figure it out because you can't stay in the water gap forever. So we just made this into a small pen, but we're going to need our water gap back. We ran everybody else into a different pen since they were fighting.
And hopefully it's going to be a badass go.
You guys are jerks. Yeah, it's hard to do that with tires in the way, isn't it?
Tires.
Yeah, cramps your style, doesn't it? Jerks.
I think I need 2 more tires.
Yeah, for that corner. Yeah. Whoa, you fell down now. Too many tires. Ugh. Don't break your leg. Bad rams.
You guys are idiots.
Bad rams. Ugh.
They're just like...
Bad ram.
Hey. They're just like, we don't give a shit if you put tires in here.
Yeah, we need more tires.
Alright. I'll buy more tires.
Bad rams. Idiots. You guys have known each other your whole lives. There's no females anywhere near you. Nothing to fight over. Bad rams. Ugh. So finally getting Splat and Splot's feet trimmed. So this is Splot. I got Splat done, and I have the other side of Splot to do. Do have to lay them down because they're just so short. And of course they've probably never had their feet trimmed, so they don't really like it, but it looks much better. I had waited until after they had their babies because I knew I was probably going to have to lay them down, and I didn't want to do that to them when they were so heavily pregnant. There's all the boys. Splat's boys. And then Splat and her crew that are all trying to... One of them was nursing while I had her laying down. She was taking advantage of the fact that Mom couldn't move. So I have Splat, just got done with Splat, but here's little Magnolia, just taking advantage of the fact that I have Mama down on the ground. Splat is not impressed with the situation, but these guys are just not They haven't had their feet trimmed before, I don't think, and they're not want me to do it standing up. Look at you guys just taking advantage of the fact that Mama's down. And we're gonna climb on her too. Poor Mama. Okay, let's let Mama up. Don't hurt the babies, Mama. Okay, there we go, Moms. See, it's fine, Mama. No big deal. No big deal. Still in timeout, aren't you? Both of you. Bad rams. Yep, still at it. Just won't leave each other alone. It's just ridiculous. You and your tires. Our big girls, these are our does that we get our meat babies out of. So these guys are a dairy boar cross, and they're big does. They're between 100 and probably between about 110 and 140 pounds when they're not pregnant, and they're, as you can see, starting to get you too. They are starting to look pretty pregnant, so they're coming up into they're about a month to 6 weeks out, depending on the doe. So yeah, they're definitely starting to look, some of them, those two more so than these two. She's looking pretty big. And I think the ones that are due at the end of February is this doe. This is Cinnamon. She's due. Madeline is due, and Peony is due. And then Wren and Noreen are not due for another couple weeks after that, 3 weeks probably after that. You two are bad. So they stop every time I walk over here. But as soon as I walk away, they start wrestling again, pushing each other, and ramming each other in the sides. They're kind of they're not able to get backed up in here. So they're not really ramming each other too badly. A little bit when one of them gets over here and the other one's over there. They can get a run at each other, but mostly they're wrestling because they can't really get a run at each other with all these tires in here and being in such a small space. They were in this pen and they were getting a pretty good run at each other. And the problem, part of the problem too, is that they were missing because they can't see very well. So they weren't lining up right. And they can really honestly hurt each other either way. But they kept not lining up right, and I think that's why both of them are bloody in kind of odd places, because they were hitting each other off center. These guys are still at it. Just threw water on them. They don't care. They just will not quit. It's a bummer. Just leave each other alone. I think I'm going to throw some hay in here too and see if they'll just eat. Birdie says she knows there's all this things going on around here. Rams that are fighting. Little cute babies. But she says, you're not going to forget about me. She's going to make sure nobody forgets about her. Oh, Birdie. Oh, Birdie. You're our mascot, aren't you, Birdie? You're the High Noon Farm mascot. Huh, buddy? Yes. Birdie is actually, well, she's related to her dad, Bert, is also the dad of Splat and Splot. So she's related to the babies a little bit. We have escapees out of the baby pen. Poor mama. Now we have a baby out here. That's not smart, baby. Where are you going, baby? Your mom's over here, baby. Baby's really going for a walk. Goodness. Baby! Oh, goat babies are just not very smart about their safety. Jackson, bring him back the other way. He needs to go the other way, buddy. He needs to go back the other way, Jax. Yeah. Oh, goat baby. You need to go back. Goat babies are just not afraid of anything. It's not necessarily a good thing. See if he'll go back the right direction. No, he's just going to keep on going and go who knows where. Oh, goat babies. Goat babies. This is the first time Zell's been around babies. Can you go back in, buddy? Nope, not gonna. Maybe he'll go around that side. I don't think he can get in that way, though. Good girl, be nice, be gentle. Be gentle. So we are doing some CDT shots, Clostridium and tetanus. So we have Ruffy here ready to receive his shot, and these other guys are next. They don't know it yet, but this is their second shot. For most of them, it's their second shot in the series. Kurt is down there talking to his girlfriends while we do this. Ruffy doesn't look too upset. So we just gave Kurt his CDT vaccine and he's not happy. Everybody else who hadn't already had one got their second one. Bart got his first one. Kurt got his first one. I'm not happy, Kurt. So we're almost done with our CDT vaccinations. We disassembled our ram pin. We're going to try putting them in a larger pin. They're kind of tired at this point, so we're hoping for the best. We just vaccinated them too. A bunch of goats. And Deuce here is being quite unruly, throwing a little fit, being tied up. Pedro we have had for longer, and he's been tied up quite a bit. And he's actually always been pretty good to handle. Hopefully he stays that way. This guy's a little harder to handle. We haven't had him for that long, and he's kind of a little scrappy. But hopefully he'll settle down, and hopefully they don't have a problem once we move him into a larger pen. We're going to put their tires in there too. Pedro is a little dinged up here. He got dinged up pretty good. Some blood on him. Kind of icky. Put some stuff on there. Uh-oh. And Deuce is over here being unruly. I gave Deuce some blinders. But he's being unruly here, being tied up. He's not happy being tied up. We have some interesting light happening.